Let's start with what this movie is actually about, because it's not just Thor fights a bad guy. Thor. Love and thunder operates on 3 interconnected systems that directly conflict with each other, and understanding how they clash is the key to everything. Worthiness principle. Mjolnir has an enchantment. You've heard it before. Whosoever holds this hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. But here's what the movie actually shows us about how this works, and why it's kind of broken. Years ago, Thor enchanted Mjolnir with a protection spell for Jane Foster. He literally told the hammer, "Keep her safe." So when Jane is dying of stage 4 cancer and desperately seeking any solution, Mjolnir reforges itself from the shattered pieces Hela destroyed. The hammer chooses Jane because Thor's old enchantment is still active. It's not that Jane suddenly became worthy in the abstract moral sense. It's that Thor accidentally programmed the hammer to respond to her need. The cancer paradox. Now here's where the mechanics get darkly interesting. Jane has cancer. She's undergoing chemotherapy. The chemo is barely working, but it's doing something. Then she becomes Mighty Thor, and everything gets worse. Why? Because Mjolnir doesn't just give her powers, it purges her system. The transformation treats chemotherapy as a foreign substance and removes it. Every single time she transforms, she's basically hitting reset on her treatment. She feels incredible as Mighty Thor, completely healthy and pain-free. But the cancer is still there, progressing unchecked because she keeps erasing the only thing fighting it. And here's the brutal part. Jane knows this. Thor learns about it and begs her not to transform again. But when Thor is about to die fighting Gorr, she makes the choice anyway. One more transformation. It kills her. The Necrosword's corruption. Meanwhile, Gorr operates on a completely different system. The Necrosword, all black, is an ancient weapon forged at the dawn of time, with one purpose: kill gods. It's connected to something called the Shadow Realm, but what matters is how it works. The Necrosword is parasitic. It doesn't just give power, it takes over. When Gorr first picks it up, he's a grieving father with normal skin tone. By the time we see him later, he's chalk white with black veins spreading across his body and golden corrupted eyes. The sword is literally consuming him, turning him into a weapon of god-killing. Gorr's motivation is personal. His daughter died while he worshipped a god who never answered. Then he meets that god, Rapu, who's lounging in paradise and mocks him for expecting any reward. "Your purpose is to die in service to your god," Rapu says. "There is nothing after death, except death." So Gorr renounces him. The Necrosword literally calls out to Gorr in that moment. It chooses him, and he kills Rapu. First god down. But here's what's interesting. Gorr doesn't just want revenge on his god. He wants to eliminate the entire concept of gods. Because from his perspective, gods are cosmic narcissists who demand worship, make promises, and deliver nothing. They're powerful beings playing with mortal lives for entertainment. His plan? Reach eternity and wish for all gods to die. Now, is this justified? That's complicated. The movie is genuinely ambiguous about whether Gorr has a point. The problem is, the Necrosword doesn't care about justice. It just wants gods dead. It's corrupting Gorr's grief into genocide. Eternity is an abstract entity, the living embodiment of time and existence itself. It's not a person, a cosmic principle that can manifest as a person. The movie shows us the gates of eternity, which require a very specific key. Stormbreaker, because only Thor's enchanted weapons can summon the Bifrost Bridge to reach the center of the universe where eternity resides. The rule is simple. The first person to reach eternity gets one wish. Anything. No limits. No monkey's paw. This is why Gorr kidnaps the Asgardian children. He needs to draw Thor and Stormbreaker to him. It's a trap. Thor follows Gorr to eternity. The gate to eternity is open. Gorr can make his wish. Thor makes an argument. You don't want revenge. You want love. And this is the crucial moment. With the Necrosword destroyed, Gorr is free from its corruption for the first time since he picked it up. His daughter's death was what broke him. So Thor points out, you can have her back. Wish for that instead. Gorr does. Eternity grants it, resurrecting his daughter Love with cosmic powers. Then Gorr dies from the curse of the Necrosword, and Thor adopts Love. What the movie gets wrong? Okay, let's be honest about the flaws, because understanding why something doesn't work is part of explanation. The movie wants to be about three things: Jane's terminal illness, and her choice to be a hero anyway; Gorr's justified anger at uncaring gods; Thor learning that love requires sacrifice, but it never figures out how to balance them. Gorr appears in maybe 25 minutes of screen time. His victims are barely shown. We're told he's butchering gods across the galaxy, but we mostly see him kidnapping kids and brooding in shadows. For a guy called the God Butcher, we see remarkably little butchering. Meanwhile, Jane's cancer storyline is emotionally powerful, but mechanically undercooked. The movie never explains why Mjolnir purges the chemo. Is it the hammer's magic? The transformation itself? Could she have found a workaround? We don't know because the script doesn't care about the how, only the emotional beat of she sacrifices herself. And Thor's arc is muddled. He starts the film finding himself, whatever that means, spends most of the runtime doing comedy bits, then suddenly has to reckon with Jane's death. The tonal whiplash is severe.